Set up.
I'm gonna play a little clip, yeah. You guys just listen for a second. I'm conflicted if this guy is an enemy, but there's certain sentiments that I think is an enemy that he's saying. So yeah, you may have heard this, it's going around.
I'll make a different comment about Andrew Schultz and that little rat Akash thing, but I want to say something about black women. And this was my mother, and I God is my witness right now. May the Lord strike me down if I'm lying. My mother told me and my siblings when we were young kids, before I remember it was when my older brother started secondary school. It was a big deal. My older brother going off to the big boy school. And my mum sat us down. She said, if you're ever in trouble out there in the real world, look for a black woman. My mum said this. My mum was raised in this country from the age of 6, the UK. She said, look for a black woman. She said, anywhere in the world, a black woman will help you. She was never wrong. But it's incredible that my mother said that. And I don't know what my mum went through. But I remember seeing photos of my mum in school when she was in high school and stuff. And she had loads of black friends and stuff. And they were all black women. Because my mum wasn't a pick me. She only had female friends. And so she obviously felt some protection. And growing up for me, I noticed in my school, it was a very predominantly white school. The black teachers looked out for me. I had a black Jamaican teacher called Mrs. Forrester. She looked out for me. But even outside of school, when I started growing out my hair, it was a black woman that taught me how to look after my curls, what products to use. It's black women that built me up on this platform and got me to where I am. I have to give credit to where credit is due. It was women in general, but black women specifically who boosted me and told me how pretty I was and how great I was. But I am trying to make a point here, and it's that black women get treated the worst. The worst. Malcolm X said this. He goes, unfortunately, they are treated the worst.
That's a bit teary-eyed about it, and then also goes into he was homeless and he managed to stay with one of his black friends. I have a problem with the sentiment that our humanity and our rights of being considered and loved comes in our servitude. That we can't just exist. There has to be something that you're giving to the masses, like being the safe place for all. There was lots of people in the comments that are like, I know, I'm that person. I'm the beacon. I will always look after all. We are the mothers of humanity. And then there's others that are like, fuck off. I only look after another black person. Like, I'm not a safe place. I get what he was trying to do, but I feel like the sentiment is an enemy of progress. What say ye?
Bro, oh God. I feel like in my journey of understanding myself better and kind of coming to a place of peace, part of that is rejecting those notions wholeheartedly. Like, I just don't, like, I'm no one's servant. I'm not saving anybody. Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, I feel like you have to rewire your brain. Like, it does take a thing. Like, why? Like, I can't lie. If I see certain people coming my way, I'm not moving, you know? I don't do that. And I stopped doing that when I was a teenager. I stopped moving out the way for people. Because why? Why should I move? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think you should. So that at the very basic, I do that. Like, I'm just not doing it. Like, don't. And the thing is, I feel like, you know, I always say to people outside the culture who maybe so happen to be around me, like, do you know what I mean? Like, understand this is a unique experience. I'm not like your other black friends. Like, do you know what I mean? Don't think because, you know, your black friend might be cool with what you're saying or what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? How you come across. But with me, I'm unique. I'm different. Do you know what I mean? So you can't say certain things. We can't kiki in the same way. You have to earn that. And you have to earn the right to do that. I have to know that you are a safe, non-person of my culture to be around. Because you guys have, like, historically been a threat. Historically. So we've got every reason to feel unsafe around you. So no, I will not be partaking in the service of people outside our culture. Ever.
Yeah.
I'm just tired. I'm just so tired. Like, why must you give a compliment but also make it like I'm exhausted, you know? I'm literally exhausted. Like, I hear you, but I don't want to hear you. I don't want to be the person that you lot always run to save the day. It is always the black woman, isn't it? I'm tired. I'm out here trying to earn some money and pay my meals.
You know what I mean?
Like,
And I got to save your kid too.
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, I understand because we, we'll be like, but it's just human nature. It's humans. Humans, if they see wrong, should say something is wrong. Humans across the board. It shouldn't just be left to us to wipe up all the fucking shit. Oh, our country's fucked up. Now let's send for the black folk and get them to be nurses and wipe our bums where we're ill. No, you wipe your own bum. No, I'm tired of it. I get where he was coming from. He was trying to be nice, but I'm just tired.
Do you think because like I'm just like, yeah, but like you're doing this on camera. Do you know what I mean?
And this is where I was, because I hadn't seen it and then I found it and I was like, oh my God. It was very giving. Okay. I wanted to like it, but I was like, you're cheesing me out. You're making me feel cringe. It was cringe. Yeah. And then he was like, the emotional bit got to me, and I was like, not in the most like, oh my God, he actually feels it. It felt kind of staged, and it felt like performative. That's the word.
Can I just say, in that emotion, didn't you see when he caught him looking at himself? Did you see that? Because it was just like, this is cringe. This is like, oh, I'm so emotional. Oh, look at me. Oh, I'm so emotional. Like, do you know what I mean?
It wasn't like a natural thing. And also when he was like taken in by his black family, and then he went into he said black people have beautiful smiles and beautiful love, and then he said, I
know some
he goes he says, go look at what Nina Simone did, go look at what Betty Shabazz did, go look at what Stephen Lawrence did. It's like he started reeling off, but he didn't have it. Then he tried to quote Malcolm X and he couldn't, so he had to and then he was like, and then big up Jamaican people as well.
He did.
Oh, he did too much.
It was a lot.
I saw it and then I scrolled past it.
I never watched it. I saw it come up and I never watched it, and then I didn't see it. Sorry, in our conversation talking about the show, then I was like, let me look at it, and I was like, I feel
big up Jamaican.
He's like,
as well.
Special love.
It was
so
special because I think the family
they're special.
took him in with Jamaica.
Yeah.
So he was like, he was running out of words to say. It was ill thought out, ill timed.
Camera saying it. What was the point of it?
Because
he felt compelled.
Yes.
Because of what Shits and Gigs done.
Yeah.
So he just wanted to
to
help
add to
change
it.
the narrative.
But you
that
see-
a non-black person was like,
see it. Oh,
doing
okay.
the outlier work of like
an
holding
ally.
up
Okay.
black women.
And you see how everyone's making
Because
going
his
viral.
message is so strong because of who he is. It means so much to everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part where everyone's capitalizing on these conversations that are happening, whether it be Diddy's Shits and Gigs and all that. It's all right, have that natural conversation. We're going to
Black
react.
History Month as well.
Black History Month as well. So it's like, it felt very much like, let me see what views I can get, how much. That's how it felt.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he sounds like he's faking it for numbers, to be honest. If I really go,
What are the numbers? How many views?
Has it
So
gone viral?
it's millions.
Millions.
On his one on TikTok, I think he's probably on 2 mil the last time I looked.
Okay, well,
and then all of the reposts, it's done bits.
Yeah, that creative fund. You know what to do with that. Donate that one time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Donate it to if you care about black women so much,
Your
donate.
auntie could never.
All the memberships.
No, I was not even saying us, but Sister Space. They need help. It's coming up to Christmas. They need to support some people in
Definitely.
needs. Go support. If that's what you're really about, stand by it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's so many black women organisations like seeking healthcare.
Yes.
Creative industries are struggling as well.
100%.
Like, you could definitely channel that somewhere else.
Yeah. 100%. Even ACLT, like,
100%. Lots of things.
Seriously, fine on camera.
This is the thing.
Affiliation with Caribbean. Grenada had a hurricane recently. There's a GoFundMe site on my page. Tap, tap, tap. Send some money. Thanks.
100.
Lots of things you could do.
Yeah.
This is it.
Alrighty.
Do something with your voice in it. Do something with
Don't
your
cry on
platform.
camera.
Something.
Or it does seem very opportunistic.
But I am trying to make a point here, and it's that black women get treated the worst. The worst. Malcolm X said this. He goes, unfortunately, they are treated the worst.
It's a bit teary-eyed about it, and then also goes into he was homeless and he managed to stay with one of his black friends. I have a problem with the sentiment that our humanity and our rights of being considered and loved comes in our servitude. That we can't just exist. There has to be something that you're giving to the masses, like being the safe place for all.
Yeah.
There was lots of people in the comments that are like, I know, I'm that person. I'm the beacon. I will always look after all. We are the mothers of humanity. And then there's others that are like, fuck off. I only look after another black person. Like, I'm not a safe place. I get what he was trying to do, but I feel like the sentiment is an enemy of progress.